Egypt's former leader Hosni Mubarak has been given conditional release in one of the corruption cases against him since April and is now being held in custody on charges in an additional case. Judicial sources on Monday said Mubarak's lawyer Farid Al-Dib is set to appeal against the fourth case, also relating to corruption, to secure his client's release. The issue at stake is at the heart of the fourth case against the former Egyptian president. The 85-year-old Mubarak is being tried along with his former interior minister and several other police commanders on charges that are related to their role before the 2011 uprising. A court adjourned on Saturday his trial on charges of killing demonstrators until August 25th. The former ruler was sentenced to life in prison in June 2012, but an appeals court later overturned the sentence and ordered a retrial. European Union diplomats have refused to roll out the possible introduction of sanctions against Egypt. The diplomats held an emergency meeting in Brussels to discuss the crisis and lay the groundwork for a meeting of EU foreign ministers on Wednesday. This was not, however, a planned meeting of the EU's Political and Security Committee. On the contrary, it was described by the diplomats as an urgent and hastily organized summit to reflect how seriously the EU is taking the crisis in the North African country. The EU's foreign policy chief, Catherine Ashton, will on Wednesday present a dossier relating to the Egyptian crisis to European foreign affairs ministers in Brussels. It is unclear what action, if any, the foreign ministers will then take. At the end of 2012, the European Union pledged €5 billion in loans and grant aid to Egypt, but because that package came with many terms and conditions that have not been complied with, very little of that money has actually been released. An army spokesman has said Nigeria's militant Islamist leader Abu Bakr Sheku may have been killed by the security forces during a shootout. According to an intelligence report, Sheku, the leader of the Boko Haram group, may have died between 25th July and 3rd August. The Islamist group Boko Haram, which has waged an insurgency in Nigeria since 2009, has not commented on the statement. The intelligence report suggested that Sheku was shot on 30th June when soldiers raided a Boko Haram base at Sambisa Forest in northeastern Nigeria. On 14th August, the military said it had killed Boko Haram's second-in-command, Momodu Barma, also known by his allies as Abu Saad. Reports, however, say there is no independent confirmation of Sheku's or Barma's death. Thousands of people have died since Boko Haram began its insurgency in 2009. Sheku became leader of Boko Haram after its founder, Muhammad Yusuf, died in police custody. The group's insurgency became far more brutal under Sheku's leadership, with Boko Haram carrying out a wave of bombings and abductions, including that of foreigners in its campaign to create an Islamic state across Nigeria. In May, President Goodluck Jonathan declared a state of emergency in 3 northeastern states, saying the group threatens Nigeria's existence. The government of Somalia has shown deep concern over the alleged rape of a Somali woman by a number of African Union AU soldiers in a camp in Mogadishu. The unfortunate incident occurred in Mashla military camp in the capital on August 8. The victim, Amra Hussein, is a mother of 4 and is in her early 20s. Following the attack, the country's Minister of Social Department, Mariam Kassim, said it is totally unacceptable. The government cannot tolerate such incidents. No one can violate the rights of Somali women. We have launched immediate investigations into the matter. On Monday, Nicholas K., the special representative of the United Nations Secretary General in Somalia, expressed concern over the attack, saying it is important that any investigations is rigorous and prompt, adding that he is encouraged by the President of Somalia's commitment to a zero-tolerance policy. According to the United Nations, at least 1,700 women were raped, mostly by men in military fatigues, in camps housing the country's displaced people in Mogadishu in 2012. Sexual violence has been on the rise in Somalia over the past years and has turned into a major issue for the federal government of President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. Pakistani ex-president Pervez Musharraf has been charged in connection with the 2007 assassination of opposition leader and former PM Benazir Bhutto. The former military ruler has denied charges of murder, criminal conspiracy to murder, and facilitation of murder. It is the first time a current or ex-army chief has been charged with a crime in Pakistan. Musharraf, however, says the charges are politically motivated. Bhutto was killed at an election rally in Rawalpindi in December 2007. This indictment has long been expected, but was delayed because of threats to the former military ruler from the Pakistani Taliban. 6 others were charged along with Musharraf, including 4 suspected militants and 2 senior police officials. The court set the next hearing for 27 August. The former military ruler returned to Pakistan from self-imposed exile earlier this year and is currently under house arrest. Upon his return, he hoped that he could lead his party into elections, but was disqualified from standing and found himself fighting an array of charges relating to his time in power.